We're live. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Blood and Beans.
Welcome to the Beans and Blood.
Nice, chill Sunday morning stream.
Murder and beans.
I am certainly murdering some beans.
No, murder and beans. Papa.
No, I murdered some beans.
Well,
Murdering beans.
It's kind of rude.
Well, I need the bean juice.
You don't need the bean juice. Technically, it's bean water.
It's bean water. Well, we're percolating it through hot water and extracting the oils, and that oils are the bean juice.
Yeah, you're extracting them, which makes them not there.
Just swaps. Cold brew pine tar ruthless. Oh, that's cool. You're getting the Vader soap, like just the single. You gotta get all the Star Wars soaps, man. So Somber got a subscription to Squatch soaps.
We have a subscription.
And he just ordered the cold brew.
Well, I have a subscription.
Sacrilege, child. Somber says sacrilege.
Yeah, I made sure to get my subscription when I got your Father's Day gifts. That's why I can get like 36 bars for $28.
That's cool.
That's a lot of soap.
It is a lot of soap. I honestly, right now, I'm rocking like 14 bars of Squatch soap. So like, I mean, I like the soaps. I welcome.
That's the weirdest flex ever. Like, I'm rocking 14 bars of soap.
Actually, I think it's 13 because it's 4 in the Dr. Squatch collection and the 2 in the Batman collection, which makes 6. So no, I got 11. I have 11 because then I have the other 5 bars. Dr. Squatch, man, good stuff. Just saying.
Squatching it out, dude.
Hi, Mary. Happy Sunday to you. Sunday morning, still, technically, for the next 13 minutes. Pelt the peons with soap bricks. I mean, I don't know if I'm around like pelting people with bars of soap, but it'd be funny. They smell good.
I would.
No, you do that at the family reunion with a pink logo.
No, what?
Oh, can you imagine Chucky getting hit?
The Bay Rum is nice. I think the Bay Rum could
I
like
got that because I thought
could
that,
go
that sounded good.
either or. Yeah, like pockets.
I was like on the bench of getting that.
It would be a good soap for. Yeah.
You should just be quiet because I'm the one that picks out all the soaps that you get.
It can. You have to sit closer though. You're really quiet if.
The Bay Rum actually smells like really. It doesn't smell like rum.
It smells like
smells
apple
like the
pie.
beach.
It smells like
To
apple
me,
pie.
it smells like you never been to the beach. It smells
But I have
like
been to apple pie.
the beach.
Good morning, Fuzzy. How are you? Happy Sunday.
Hey, Fuzzy.
If the music is too loud or anything along those lines, if it's too quiet, whatever the case may be, please, just let us know in the chat. As always, want to make sure it's at least an enjoyable stream about nothing.
Viewing pleasure.
I suggest getting the cedar bar saver if you keep your soap in the shower. If not, pad it off and put it back in the box.
I've heard people say that about the Bay Rum too, Somber. The deodorant, that it smells like coconut and bubble gum.
Yep.
I don't know if I've heard the soap kind of smells the same way, just to a lesser extent.
I don't think the
But
bubble gum.
Either way, it smells really good.
I don't smell the bubble.
I will admit, at least for me, it doesn't feel like my kind of scent. Might be something like, hey, if like I'm going camping or something, it'd be kind of nice to show up at camp smelling like the beach.
I just want to smell like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. Is that so bad?
But I'm very rarely at a.
So the woods and there's bees, yeah.
I'm very rarely at a beach, so like, I have the Alpine Sage, the Cold Brew Cleanse. Those Batman soaps are freaking phenomenal, and all the Star Wars ones as well. So like, I don't know. Again, with the Bow Chicka Wow Wow, that's I don't really use
That
that
took
too.
forever
It
to
is.
get here.
I love it. It doesn't smell as strong as the other ones, but again, you know, there's
It's
only
subtle. I thought
certain specific situations that you want to smell like a chocolate strawberry. Shiloh uses that
it's,
soap.
Yeah, it's not what I thought it was gonna be. I mean,
I love the
was a
smell
little
of it.
disappointed, but I'm glad you liked it. I mean, that was your Valentine's Day gift.
I'm sorry you didn't like it. I think it's more intended for like you than it is for me. But
No, I get them for you.
no, I like them. Well, I don't really wear that
I
one.
have a
but
subscription just because of you.
Thank you, honey. Shiloh likes that one.
I do like it. It
I think
smells
it's
like chocolate.
I think it's ridiculous.
Oh,
like
good morning,
this
Moff
little
Tarkin.
holder
How are
is
you?
Like $16.
Moff Tarkin, you must be excited about the Kenobi show coming out soon, huh? Obviously a Star Wars fan, so I'm just taking a wild guess. The Riddler soap smells like sour apples of discord. It smells like green apples, and it is strong. Like, that's a soap you rub on yourself, and you know you can smell it the next day. It's a really good soap. Smells fantastic. So, like, I like the Riddler soap, and the Batman one smells like dark leather, warm leather, and that's exactly what it smells like too. It's a very noir type smell. I like it.
As soon as you get some more paychecks under your belt, I planned on getting you that other collection.
Sub to Disney Plus just for Kenobi. Yeah, like right now I had to cancel a card, get a new card, got a new job, waiting to get paid.
We have to wait for the paycheck to come.
So I am just like in money conservation mode at the moment. So since my last payment didn't go through, I'm waiting to give them my new payment until, you know, I get a paycheck.
Yep.
But yeah, like I would be getting the Kenobi or getting Disney Plus just for Kenobi if I had to, because it's awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I'm saying it now. The hype is real. So yeah, this is the one show, Michael, that I've been waiting for. Like, I wasn't super excited about The Mandalorian when I first heard about it. I didn't think I would like it all that much. And I was wrong. Same thing with Bad Batch. When that came out, I didn't think I was really going to be all interested into a show about defective clones. But man, that's a good show. Can't wait for season 2. But the one thing I've been waiting for is Kenobi. Like, I need it. So, and it's almost here. Like, it's awesome. Can't believe it's right around the corner. Finally. Bad Batch was, and in fact is. We were watching that late last night as I was passing out. That's a really good show. And again, I didn't think I would like it. And like, again, I'm not super excited about the Cassian Andor show. Like, that just doesn't sound like something that's going to appeal to me. But if, the past has really proven anything, like, I probably should be excited for it. It's probably going to end up being awesome. Book of Boba Fett left a little bit to be desired, but
I like Book of Boba Fett.
It wasn't bad. I liked it. There were
Awesome.
parts of it that I didn't like. It wasn't as good as The Mandalorian, but it was good.
They have the gallery up on Disney right now for Book of Boba Fett.
Good morning, Paul. How are you? Happy Sunday.
Hello, Paul.
Sunday
Very good
morning.
name.
Happy Sunday morning for the next 6 minutes. It's literally the only reason why I made it 11:45 instead of 12 o'clock today. Because I didn't feel like changing the thumbnail. To say Sunday afternoon coffee talk.
Coffee
It's
It-
good.
and decaf coffee.
It's as easy as a couple of clicks, but
I actually have coffee for letting me sit in.
so no coffee house jazz today. Picked out lo-fi for today's background
In a
music.
lo-fi mood.
I am.
I'll be back.
Well, I appreciate that. That's awesome, Paul. I'm glad to be a part of your work day. It kind of sucks that you got to work on a Sunday, man. I hope that you do get some time off and you're able to enjoy it. But much appreciated. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope, it's safe where you are.
Work safe.
Yeah, please work safe.
Bring a good lunch.
Yeah, I hope you have, and if
Bring
not,
a good lunch.
go get a good lunch. If you didn't bring a good lunch, go get a good lunch. You have my
need a
permission.
lunch to work. If your stomach is not full and you're constantly thinking about being hungry, you're not working safe.
You have my stamp of approval. Get a good lunch. And she's right. Because you're focused on being hungry. You're not focused on other things. You're cutting corners. So.
You know where I learned that? In school. You don't have a good breakfast, you're hungry, you can't learn anything. And I always told my dad, eat an egg sandwich before you go to work. Because he was cutting turbine pieces. He was working with actual big machinery. He was working with big machinery cutting out turbine dies that for like naval ships and things like that. And one day remember when he lost his pinky? He didn't have breakfast that day. Of course, the cut resistant glove didn't cut, but his pinky got lost.
Hey,
Figure that out. I know, and those were GE regulated gloves.
hey, it's not hand resistant gloves. Wait, no. It's not the cut resistant gloves. I'm gonna stop now because I don't know how to explain this joke, but it was funny.
I also cannot wait to see Hayden Christensen back. It's been too long. I've been he's I don't know. It's awesome. It's the first time he's been in Star Wars anything since Revenge of the Sith. Rise of Skywalker doesn't count. All they use is his damn voice, which is a completely missed opportunity. I'll definitely be eating a lunch. I want to keep my pinky. Hand-resistant gloves, LOL.
I'm sorry.
She's in the kitchen making herself a cup of ramen. You guys still hear me? It's saying my USB is not recognized, and the only USB thing that I have plugged in is my microphone. Just want to make sure you can hear the microphone okay, hear me okay.
Guys, what I was trying to explain is that the gloves are cut resistant, but your hands are not. Therefore, the gloves does not make your hands cut resistant. Anyway, thank you for coming to TED Talk, everybody.
I do hope the again, just let me know if the audio is still coming through as well. Okay, cool. Thank you, Fuzzy. Just made me a little bit nervous there. Sometimes this USB connection, one of them is a little bit touchy, and I've got it plugged into the other one that's a little bit better. So this computer is old. Then again, so is this snowball
It's
and
a literal
this cord.
fossil.
I don't know if it's a fossil.
It's a fossil.
It's not
Our
centuries
computer is a
old.
fossil.
The microphone is
The microphone is a new fossil.
8 years old, and the computer is 10, 12, something like that.
The computer is the same age as me.
No, it's not.
If it's 12, then yeah.
Yeah, so it's not.
I'm pretty sure it's about 10.
No, it's not.
Because I remember being here when I was 4, and it was in that corner.
5.
4. I was
Maybe
4
4.
because on the
So
couch,
it's 3.
the,
So
my
the
bed
computer's
was
9 years old.
over here.
Computer's about 9 years old, and the microphone is probably about 6 or 7.
What's all going on there?
I don't know why we're talking about the
Yeah, the TV was not over there. You're talking about Papa's house.
No, the
No,
TV
we
was
did have
over
the TV
here.
over there at one
Oh
point.
my god,
We
people.
moved it because the entertainment center and the TV was blocking
That's
the
the
windows.
only thing I remember from back then. It's the only thing I know that it exists.
Which is right.
Okay?
We have a desk over there. But
I'm sorry, the 4th is, her 24 is kind of blocked out for me.
I turned 5.
Yeah, we were talking about after that following meal.
I am gonna play my game.
I have no recollection of where anything was.
So
I gotta start drawing
we moved
myself
stuff.
maps.
We had set up this giant entertainment center. My friend of the family gave this thing to me. Thing's heavy as hell. With big sliding glass doors on
No,
it.
it's not a pirate.
It's made out of wood. So yeah, this thing's freaking huge. And then I have a 50-inch flat screen that I've got on top of it. And we had it set on both walls here. Each side walls in the living room have windows on each side. So we set it on one wall and have the window behind us on the couch on the other. I realized, oh, that's like blocking the windows, and we would like light and windows. So
I like to use natural light, especially now, because it saves money. Even though we're on a budget plan, it still saves money.
Plus, every time that somebody was in the living room standing, talking, walking, it cuts right through the view of the person's TV, like watching of the screen. So the way I've got it set up now is that the way I've got it set up right now is people can like walk through and stuff, and it doesn't really interfere, doesn't get in the way, like right through that line of sight. So.
Cause yeah, I remember having a sleepover with my friend, and
No, you're all over.
I remember
That's a big area.
I remember having a sleepover with my friend, and Mom and Dad got really mad at me because we were being really loud, and it was a Sunday, and Dad had to go work construction the next day, so obviously he wanted to sleep. But we were having a sleepover and stuff, and we had a futon, and we moved to like the edge of the room. And me and my friend just sat on that futon and started jumping on it. And then Dad came out, and I quickly rushed to the couch, pretended to sleep, and my friend was still awake. It was like, what is all that noise? And it was really funny. It was a funny time. They had to leave because we kept being loud.
I don't think I made them leave in the middle of the night.
No.
Really?
No, you guys stayed. They slept. I might have gotten up and said, please keep me down and you can sleep. Might have been even angry about it, but I don't think I kicked anybody out. I'm pretty sure you guys had the whole night. Yeah.
You threatened to.
Yeah, I probably did. I probably said, if you guys don't stop, I've got to send your friends home. Yeah, most likely. But I didn't kick them out. Even if I did, I know who she's talking about, and their house is like,
There was
60,
also
70 feet away.
Where there was also this one time with the same friend that
Oh, tell them about the under the bed story.
yeah, basically what happened was me and this friend, we were hanging out, having a sleepover. It was a great time. We were having a great time. It was all fun, fun and games, not murdering anyone. Until we were murdering people now. Until basically I had this bed at the time where it went against the wall, and like it went up, and there was like a little gap between the wall and the bed. So me and my friend decided it was a great idea because they wanted to stay longer, and I was fine with this. So I was like, hey, get under the little gap in the bed so nobody can find you.
I was pissed.
And
We ended up getting a knock on the door saying,
I've never been.
where is Carissa? That was Shiloh's friend. Is Shiloh's friend. And we said she went home. Because we asked, we said, where did Carissa go? Is she still in your room? And she said, no, Carissa went home. And I said, oh, Shiloh says Carissa went home not too long ago. And these people live feet away. And they're like, she's not home. And Shiloh, didn't you walk your friend home? And she said, no. And so I can't be mad at the child. I'm like, next time tell us, then we can walk her home. I said, no one can find her. The police were called. Everyone's looking all over the park. I felt like the worst parent in the world because I lost somebody else's child. Like, I was freaking out.
Yeah.
We're talking to the police.
And while the police were in the house, I went to go to Chris and I was like, "You gotta get up! The police are here!" And she was like, "Ah!"
Yeah, the things got serious. Like, the police are searching the house now for the child. So,
find the bomb.
I think the police ended up leaving before she ended up coming out. And then she came out of hiding when the police were outside. And yeah, we had some words.
And I was like, "Ah, I found her!"
We called the police back over, and everything was fine. We explained what happened, that Shiloh had tried to hide her friend under her bed.
I was 6 at the time, okay? We were both small. We were both dumb. She was 5. I was 6.
Like, I didn't think I had seen her walk by us in the living room. Like, I know, like, sometimes I zone out on the TV and stuff, but, like, both Pockets and I were sitting out here, and they have to walk by us, because no one's using that back door. Trust me. They have to walk by us to get out of the house. So, it didn't make any sense. Yeah, and it was because of that. Kind of like the time that when the child was 4, I was missing like $160 from my wallet,
I don't like this story.
and I couldn't find it, and I couldn't figure out why. And I'm looking all over, and I'm looking all over, and I know how much money I had. And I finally got this little 4-year-old to tell me, and she says, I wanted a magazine.
No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. I took the money. I put it under my pillow because I was sleeping on the couch in the living room at this time because it was really hot in the summer. And I put it under the pillow. And early in the morning, because I got up before everybody else, I snuck out of the house, went to the mailbox with this magazine with stuff circled in pencil, and I put it in the mailbox.
She ripped the page out of the magazine, circled what she wanted, and threw that page in the mailbox with $160.
That's because, okay, the reason why I thought it was $160 was because I was a child at the time. I didn't even go to school yet. I was 4.
Yeah, she was on ABC Mouse.
I was on ABC Mouse, and I did not know how to read numbers, like, with money yet.
But
so
she knows how to steal money, plan it the night before, and sneak out of a locked house before anybody else wakes up in the morning.
I thought the $1.60 was $160. So,
like, I'm so happy I caught that before the mailman came.
I ran you guys.
Yes.
I was like, no, you did. I was out the door. He was with Shiloh.
Again.
One day I searched her backpack. I found a steak
I knew this
knife,
story was going to go
medical tape, bandages, and
Yeah,
there
that's
were
what-
no bandages.
No.
There were no rope.
Yeah, it was
what was
gauze
there?
pads.
Go ahead.
What was there?
The scissors.
There were scissors. There was a giant kitchen knife.
Yeah,
Not
it
even a steak knife.
yeah,
I
it
was
was a
kind of
steak
dumb.
knife.
That
No,
wouldn't have done
it was a butcher knife.
anything.
And this is in her school backpack.
Yeah, this is
In
my school
kindergarten.
What else?
In
Keep
kindergarten. I think I put duct tape,
Yep, that's it. I know through duct tape.
and I think that was it.
No, you
No,
did.
that was it.
No, you did put medical items in your backpack.
Anyways,
I know because I removed
She had been playing a lot of Yandere Simulator.
I was also
A
6,
lot.
so I was in there.
And she was still in kindergarten. And yeah, she was planning on kidnapping her friend.
It's not like I was gonna do anything with it. I wasn't like gonna murder her or something. I was a 6-year-old child.
And who just happens to throw a butcher knife and some duct tape into her backpack.
Well,
to
then
bring this-
I'm glad I checked that day, man.
As soon as I went to school, I would have common sense and be like, oh, probably shouldn't do. What I was gonna do is I was gonna be like, "Hey, friend, come to the bathroom with me." And then apparently I was gonna attach this master plan to bring an entire butcher knife in my pocket to the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm really glad you didn't get so far as to like try and
child's
nap.
play in real life.
Well, I wasn't going to actually kidnap her. I think.
You just duct tape her to the bathroom. You leave her there. That's nice. You give her a swirly too?
No, I think she was just gonna kill her.
No! I wouldn't have been able to go through with it.
No, it was
Even
a
though I was six
pretend
and-
hostile kidnapping.
Even though I was 6,
Exactly.
I didn't have a basic form of empathy. I at least knew killing someone was frowned upon.
was frowned upon.
Well, I didn't know it was illegal. I see it in video games all the time. I'm a 6-year-old child. What am I supposed to do? Not kill people?
Well, don't you remember the conversations that we used to have in which I would explain to you that this is not real?
Yeah, but I was 6.
Okay. Well, I still stand by my stance that you should, immerse children in horror at a young age. Explain to them, how it's made, the latex effects, stuff like that.
Just don't let them
In
play
my
games that makes
defense,
you murder people.
In
and
my
as
defense,
players
I
that
also
have
helped raise 2 other girls before this one, and they never brought knives and duct tape to school, and they didn't think that murder was only frowned upon. So it is only the child that went
I
through
was
that
6.
phase. They were 6 at one point too.
But the thing of Yandere Simulator was there's like these bunch of different ways you can kill people, and they have it all mapped out for you, so it's like a solid plan, and you can make your own plans. So my 6-year-old brain
was
was like,
making plans.
I'm gonna make some plans.
Paul says he's glad he stopped by for lunch. Paul, you have an absolutely
I
fantastic
hope your
day.
lunch is very good.
I'm glad we were a part of it, man. And
Make
hope
sure
to
you
see
put
you
the
again
duct
soon. Yes, Monica, my oldest daughter, was actually a lot like Wednesday Addams as well, but Shiloh has the mind. She retained it. She's she's a little dark sometimes, but
Sabrina's
she's
the
like
bubbles.
the darkest happy ray of sunshine, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, Sabrina's kind of like bubbles.
Sabrina she wears herself on her sleeve.
She's a little flaky,
She's
and she's my daughter, and I'm saying that.
she's a good kid.
She is a good kid. She needs to keep her freaking
Mom,
foot
Mom,
on the gas pedal.
Mom.
Yeah, she does. I agree, but we shouldn't talk about her driving and stuff on the street. Doesn't matter. She's young. Kids- people are young,
I wish my
and-
daughter would drive slow.
No, that's fine.
Thank
just-
you. Stop yelling, Mom.
I didn't.
She did. Like 3 times.
Mom!
today's land with you.
So my first week at work went well. Was all training this week. I haven't gotten my hands on too much. There does seem to be a couple of people there that are really good at their jobs. 1 or 2 in particular that seem if I do something wrong, they might chastise me a little bit for it. Though I don't think it's going to be as bad as I fear.
It's called
Because, yeah, I know, but criticism like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. That kind of criticism. And, that's fine. Like, especially with a smile. I know the guy is, he's professional and that's how he talks. And it's kind of half joking, but more serious than half joking. It's just 5 years of being screamed at, I think, have me pretty gun shy. Beyond that, though, the entire week went fine. Everybody I worked with seems really, really, really nice. I learned that it's the #1 place to work in upstate New York. It was voted that last year. It's a growing industry at the moment. Working with electric vehicle chargers. I don't want to say too much more than that, but it is a growing industry. 4 people are starting to, no, two new people are starting tomorrow. So I'll no longer be the new guy. So that's kind of cool. And free Red Bull. They have a refrigerator full of one of those Red Bull fridges, and it's full of Red Bull, and they stock it, I guess, like every 2 weeks or so. And my second or third day, I was, I finally caved, and I'm like, how much are the Red Bulls upstairs anyway? And the guy's like, they're free. And I'm like, they're free? Like, I love energy drinks. I'm addicted to caffeine. Like, I know, don't drink 7 of them real fast, and like you
really want
kill your liver. No, you can hurt yourself if you.
And
I've done
die
a
from
lot
heart
of
attack,
like
not just liver.
looking into energy drinks, so I do make sure I consume them safely. And Red Bull is actually one of the safest because it only has 80 milligrams of caffeine in it, which is considerably less than like Rockstar and Monster, like up into the 200s and stuff. So Red Bull's generally pretty safe as far as energy drink goes. I don't crash really hard off of Red Bull. The only reason I don't drink Red Bull instead of other energy drinks is because it's expensive. So to have free Red Bull at work is a really big perk to me. That's kind of huge. So the job seems actually really interesting. Seems something that's really rewarding. I'm literally doing my part to help make the world a better place. I mean, that's kind of freaking cool. And like I said, real laid back atmosphere. Everybody there is really nice, and they're not as stressed as I've seen people at other workplaces. Yeah. So I'm excited. It's been, interesting. A lot of learning last week. I crammed information for 5 days. So it gave my brain a bit of a workout. Just good. Can use that every once in a while. Good morning, Frank. Well, good afternoon, Frank. How are you? Happy Sunday.
Happy day of the sun. I'm playing some Pokemon Quest.
That's Pokemon Quest. I haven't seen that game in years.
Since 2017.
Basically, yeah. That was like the thing.
It was never
You were
the thing.
so you were into Pokemon Quest.
I was like a sweat at Pokemon Quest. I would like literally train all of my Pokemon from like the first level to the last one that I had. I recently just restarted my save file because it got really, really boring. Because I had to just play the same levels over and over again to get the upgrades that I needed, and it was boring. So yeah, it's tough out here, man.
It goes, Frank. Not too bad. Been chilling, listening to my daughter talk about her experiences and the things that she's done in the past. Trying to kidnap kids at school and stealing money out of my wallet.
Somebody told me that I should be a lawyer because I help them get out of trouble. Because basically what happened when somebody pretended to cut their shirt, like the friend that I was defending pretended to cut a different person's shirt. We'll call them Jeffrey and Jerome. Okay? So Jeffrey pretended to cut Jerome's shirt. So
Good morning, Lena.
Jerome, with his second grade child brain, went over to the scissors, used, this is a very specific detail, a flat pair of scissors to cut his shirt.
A very specific detail.
And so then he showed the teacher, and then what did I name him? Jonathan?
Jerome.
No,
and
Jerome is the one that cut the shirt, his own shirt.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. So Jeffrey got in trouble, but then I was like, wait a minute, Jerome, that's not the right type of scissors, because Jeffrey was using the funky scissors that made cool shapes in the paper. And so then I told that to the teacher, and they were like, oh, okay. And then that was settled, and nobody got in trouble except for the guy who cut his own shirt.
Though you would also think that the teacher would be aware enough to realize that the pair of scissors that kid
No,
was
because they
using.
didn't know what scissors they had. They didn't know what scissors.
Well, didn't have positronic traction.
So they told me I should be their lawyer. So now I'm a lawyer, I
You got
guess.
that from my cousin Betty,
Of course I did.
which was not available. It was only done on the Pontiac Tempest.
I'm scared.
Good morning, leader. Good afternoon. How are you? Happy Sunday.
Water-free.
Your Honor, can I treat this as a hostile witness? I'm going to turn up. I love that movie. It's hilarious.
It is a good movie.
It's great. What was in that big suit? Your suit. Or in that big bag. Your suit. Had to wear ugly as prom suit. Oh. I didn't know people just went like that.
We'd be watching somebody getting sliced and diced on TV. I kind of zoned out there for a moment, like, ooh, someone's getting,
Insidious too.
Oh my
someone's
God,
getting,
look, that's what I was gonna do.
someone's getting carved.
Like a pumpkin.
Distracted like a monkey sees something shiny. But yeah, I don't know. Everybody been having a good weekend? I had a good weekend. Yesterday got to eat some pizza and drink some energy drinks.
Not actual pizza, it was frozen.
I did. I took a miniature, like one of those little frozen pizzas, and like cut it into like 8 little miniature slices. So it was like finger food. And played some TMNT arcade game on my the first one on my arcade machine. Played some Galaga and some Rolling Thunder. Then I busted out the Advantage stick for the old NES. Played some Gyrus, and then I threw on Terminator 2, the arcade game, with my Super Scope, and got pretty far in that actually, farther than I have before. All while watching The Bride of Godzilla. So it was a really nice like lunch I had yesterday. And then last night I bought steaks. Forgot to cook them until like 9 o'clock at night. But I bought a roast, really nice size marbled roast, and cut it into 3 different pieces, and cooked 3 really huge steaks.
Yeah, they were like the size of his hand. And I don't know if you've ever seen his hand, but it was more than his hand. It was more than his hand. Look, it's like,
The size was pretty close from like my wrist to my forearm.
yeah,
That's about what it was. About the wrist to my forearm.
it
Not
was
quite
the
as
size
thick.
of my face.
Probably about an inch
That's
and a
not
half.
even
Mine
close.
was a little thicker. Mine was probably about 2 inches thick. So was a really good steak.
I asked for the smallest one possible, and he gave me one that was the size of my face.
I was about to say it was the size of your face.
I had. I'm glad to help.
I get worried. I mean, I already dropped it in water twice.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think we should do that. It sounded like a Minecraft eating sound, but it was my burp. Like, it was weird.
Hello.
Yeah, I had to do the page. I don't know if I'm back though or not. There we go. I think I might be back now. I don't know if we have music though or not anymore.
I'm providing the music.
No, please don't.
What? You don't like the Wii Channel?
Cool. All right, we are back. Sorry about that, everybody. Apparently, my internet just cut out real quick, and we are back though. So that was a minor hiccup. Not sure why the music is not working though. There we go. Now the music's back on. Cool. All right, we are back up and running. Like I said, I was only going to go for like another 15 minutes anyway, so I was debating on whether or not to reboot it back up. But you know, I don't want to just leave the stream like, "Yep, it died. See you next week." Like, so for those of you that are still here, thank you very much for like hanging around and believing that I will get the stream back up and running. Cool.
Thank you, chat, for having faith in us.
Yeah, seriously, thank you for the faith. But like I said, after 56 Blood and Beans, like, I don't know, that's not too bad. I'll take it. Like, it took 56 live streams on Blood and Beans to have a hiccup like that. So, yeah, it's much appreciated. I'm sure every content creator goes through the same thing. Like, your stream suddenly lost connection. No! I've lost everybody forever! So, it's always very, very appreciated. And hello, Pimp Demon. How are you? Happy Sunday.
Hello.
Looks like you joined at like the right time.
Yeah, we just had a little mishap.
Right after like a 5 to 10 minute freaking internet hiccup.
That was not 10 minutes. That was like 2.
It felt like 10.
It was 2.
Listen, I'm an impatient person.
You are very impatient if you think that was 10 minutes.
Because I like to be in control of things, and when I'm not in control and I'm at the mercy of technology booting up and doing its thing, it bothers me. Don't like being
You
at the
bother me.
Don't like being at the mercy of things. Oh, surprises. I made a very large cup of coffee, but it's lasted me now like almost all morning.
Guys, want to hear me fail a bunch of times at Champions Road? Okay, great.
The child is finally trying to go through.
What do you mean finally? I've been doing it for the past week.
Well, I mean, because you've been playing Mario 3D World for years.
Yeah.
Like, it was like her first
Super
Mario
Mario
game
3D
that she
World.
played with me.
Super Mario 3D World is my favorite game. Favorite Mario game. Probably favorite game of all time, just because of the nostalgia I have with it. And I'm also really biased because it was like the Mario game I had growing up.
It's her Mario 3, basically.
Yeah, it's my Mario 3D.
And she's finally going through Champions Road, which is the ridiculous triple star challenge level. And
What if I beat it on stream?
I will be very surprised and proud.
Dad said if I 100% this game, he'll get me a game.
I will. I also told her that she can beat any of the original Ninja Gaidens for the Nintendo. The original ones for like the NES, the 8-bit Ninja Gaidens. If she can beat any one of those 3 games, I will buy her any console with any game that she wants. But you have to beat Ninja Gaiden 1, Ninja Gaiden 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos, or Ninja Gaiden 3, The Ancient Ship of Doom. And yes, she can play the Japanese version of 3. She doesn't have to play the only 5 continues and whatnot version of American version of 3. That's not even fair. So she has to beat though one of the original 3. Yeah, any console and any game, if she can do it. I've always wanted to see another child go through the same trials that I did to learn the ballet that is Ninja Gaiden.
Suffer!
It took me so long. Like, I started playing that game, I think, when I was, like, 9. And I didn't beat it until I was 12. I mean, I played it, like, not religiously, but, like, I played Ninja Gaiden at least once a week. And then I got the second one, so I played one or the other at least once a week. And I think it was, like, the last year, like, that whole year, like, I decided, like, because I watched my buddy Dave Watrous beat the second one. I was like, have you ever beaten the first one? He's like, no, this one's a little bit easier, not a lot. And it gave me confidence because I'd gotten so far in the original one. Like, I made it all the way to the Master Devil, and I could beat him. But then you fight the Jacchio, and the Jacchio kills you, and it sends you back all the way to the beginning of that bridge. And by the way, that was a game glitch. It wasn't supposed to do that. It was supposed to send you back to the beginning of the red room, but instead it sends you all the way back to the beginning of the bridge, so you got to go through the green stages again and the red stages again to get back to the boss. And the developers just left it there. They're like, oh, well, that'll just be an extra really big challenge. So you go finally get through all this ridiculously hard crap in these final 2 stages to get to the last boss with just 3 bosses. And you need, like, the chi power to, like, fight the first 2 bosses. Like, I guess you can learn the ballet of Jacchio, but you have to, like, get there and fight him so many times to learn it. Like, it's by the time you get there the second time, you already got the chi power. So, and then you get to the demon, and the demon kills you, and then you got to go back to the beginning. It's a pain. So I think that was like a year, 8 months, something like that. I came home every day and played Ninja Gaiden. On weekends, I would play through it multiple times, trying to get to the end.
Holy crap!
I did beat it on Game Genie first, just to prove to myself that it was worth it. Plus, I felt that I had waited long enough for all the cinematics. I wanted to see the rest of the damn story. But once I did do it, I was like, oh, so I just have to do this 3 times. This is how you kill the bosses. I'm just going to have to play, turn that down. I just got to go through and play these last 4 stages, 3 times. So I did. And I think the first time I played through it, it took me 8 hours. Like, I could get all the way to those last 3 stages super quick, but to get through those last 3 stages 3 times, it took me hours. But, and again, I don't know if this is everybody, but, like, it's almost, and this is like every video game. Like, the first time I beat a video game, it takes me forever to beat it, to learn it. But, like, as soon as I end up beating it, like, it's so easy to go back and just beat it again. Like, it took me so long to beat this thing, and then tomorrow, it took me an hour. So, I don't know if that's me or not, but
You make everything look easy.
it's Ninja Gaiden is a ballet. It's all choreography. But yeah, after I beat the first one, then I had the confidence to go through and beat the second one. Just use the same logic, and I thought it was a lot easier because instead of sending you back 3 freaking stages, it only sends you back to the beginning of that last stage.
May I just say, I just got to the farthest I ever could. May I just say?
Oh,
Then I got distracted by vacuums. Talk?
yeah, playing Champions Road.
Yeah. Well, I was murdered by vacuum.
So that is my Ninja Gaiden story. I didn't get a chance to play through 3 for years, only until recently. Because the American version, they decided to make it harder than... Ninja Gaiden's already ridiculously hard, all of them. But they're like, Americans like hard things, so we'll make it even harder for them. So they gave you only 5 continues instead of unlimited continues. Enemies do 3 times as much damage, and every time you die, you go back to the beginning of the world, not the beginning of the stage. It's completely unfair. So... year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, I had somebody cool enough on the internet was kind enough to translate the Japanese ROM to English, and somebody else was cool enough to take that translated ROM called Ninja Gaiden 3 Restored, and dump it onto an actual Nintendo cartridge. And I was cool enough to purchase said cartridge, so therefore I was able to finally at least play through the Japanese version of Ninja Gaiden 3, which is like its normal Ninja Gaiden level of difficulty. and I did beat it. It took me a while. It took me, if I remember right, it took me a couple of weeks to really learn it and get through it and beat it. But I did. I finally beat it. So I finally beat all 3 original Ninja Gaidens for the NES. All of them. And so now I have to beat the newer ones. And I have part 3 for the Wii U, and I have played through that. So I just have to beat the first 2 of the new ones, and I'll have beaten all the Ninja Gaidens. All of them. It's something that I will have been. I don't know now you can get them all on the Switch, but apparently they kind of suck. So I'm a little apprehensive. We'll see. I do want to play through them just so I can say, yeah, I beat all the Ninja Gaidens. Oh, which ones? These ones or the Nintendo ones? No, all of them. The originals are a lot of fun. One of the first games to ever have cinematic scenes to tell the story in between stages. So, like, as a child playing on an 8-bit Nintendo and, like, getting to the end of the first stage and seeing, like, this cartoon anime movie scene play out in front of you, and you just want to know what the fuck happens next. And the game is so hard. I don't know if I would go as far as to say it is the hardest game on the Nintendo. But man, it is close. And a lot of people will say that it is the hardest game on the Nintendo. There's a lot of games on the NES that I can't beat. Granted, I didn't put in years and years of dedicated practice into those games like I have with Ninja Gaiden. I don't know if it's the hardest game. Yeah, they are really freaking hard. Mega Man X is hard. I've played through that too. Didn't get the chance to play through that, or Castlevania 4, or Super Metroid until I got my Nintendo Classic Mini. And since then, I've played through all those games. So, hello, dog lover. How are you? Sorry, I did see you stop in earlier. I forgot to say hello. How are you? Happy Sunday. But I have beaten Skyrim on super easy mode. I didn't even know Skyrim, that's got to be a joke, because I don't think there is an easy mode, right? Maybe on computers, you can use the console and stuff. I've beaten everything in Skyrim, like the DLC and all. I've completed every single quest. I've 100% of it. So, that's a fun game. Skyrim, man, sucks you, man. I've put in probably close to 1,000 hours into that game. Because anything you do, it's like, oh, I'm going to go to this town and go complete this quest. 2 hours later, you're distracted by caves. And it takes you forever to walk someplace. And I don't know. It's a good time. I do really, really love that game. Do want to let you guys know I am going to probably close out the stream in about 3 to 5 minutes. So if you do have anything you want to throw in and comment on, by all means, please go ahead and do so. I don't want to just close out the stream, super quickly and be like all abrupt about it. I do apologize. I'm looking at this, my little, what is this thing called? My analytics. I'm looking at my analytics, and it looks like that we were down for about 3 to 4 minutes. So I apologize for those 3 to 4 minutes where, like, the internet died.
See, not 10. Not 10.
Skyrim is absolutely fantastic. I love Oblivion. Don't get me wrong. I love Oblivion. I love Sheogorath's Shimmering Isles. That was a really fun game. I did not play all the way through it. I'll admit it. I just played around a lot in it. Because I'd already played Skyrim, like 100%. So, like, I went back to Oblivion, and it's good. It's really good. But it just didn't hold my interest like Skyrim did. I did play all the way through ESO. I can't remember which faction, but I did go through all the quests on one of the factions and defeated Molag Bal. And then I ended up being able to join another faction, and then I kind of did a little bit in that, but didn't do a lot. But I did go through ESO. So, and I soloed it. Not too bad, dog lover. Not too bad. Sipping some coffee still, and having my vape, and sitting with my family. It's a good morning. Elder Scrolls. I haven't played Arena. I've played a little bit of Morrowind, which was pretty good. I played that though on my computer, and it didn't run the best, but I did play some of it. And again, it was good, but it's not as good as like Oblivion or Skyrim. And I have played around with Daggerfall. That game is dated. I don't know if you guys ever played The Stones of Harlath for the Quest. Somber might have heard of it. It's a it's a game with all like 2D shapes. Looks kind of Minecraft-ish, but like all the characters and stuff are all like 2D models. That's what Daggerfall looks like. Daggerfall is really, really dated. I would love to see a remake of that game. The map on that is huge. Huge. The map of Daggerfall is huge. It's like an actual like 50-mile walk across like one end to the other or something like that. It's ridiculous. Like I said, Morrowind was cool, but like once I'd already played Skyrim and Oblivion, like Morrowind was like, this is neat. It's cool. I've got like a Skyrim type game on my laptop I can play on the go, but I never really like got into it like I did the other ones. Yeah, Elder Scrolls Arena was the first game, and I think that was just like arena battles. Daggerfall was the second one, and again, it's dated. The map on that is huge. That game desperately needs a remake. It's good for what it was back in the time, but it plays like a lot like an old DOS game. Morrowind's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad. Oblivion's fucking awesome. Skyrim, I fully believe, would have gotten Game of the Year twice in a row if it was able to. And ESO was okay. It was like an Elder Scrolls version, I guess, of World of Warcraft. It wasn't bad. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't as refined and polished. I am sure it's gotten a lot better. I can no longer log into ESO because of all the updates it's gotten. It's actually outgrown my computer. My computer can no longer play ESO because of how much it's been updated. So I'm glad I got to play through it, a few years ago, while I was still able to, on this Abacus. Yeah, that'd be cool. I've never played the earlier Fallouts either. I played a little bit of Fallout 3, I think. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, and what is it? Fallout Shelter on the Switch. That game's fun as hell. Skyrim it's like a medieval type game, where you have to save the world from dragons in Skyrim. It's actually really, really cool. If you like video games, like if you play console games, I'm sure you've heard of Skyrim. It's everywhere. It's been ported to like every single system. It was Game of the Year. It's Talk of the Town. It's one of the most heavily modded games even today on the internet. But if you're not really a gamer, I can see like not knowing really what Skyrim is. The lore, I know my oldest daughter, she loves the lore. And Skyrim, like, there's books everywhere. There's books of books everywhere. Like, you can literally go to a library in Skyrim and just read books. And that's exactly what she did. My oldest daughter she loved Skyrim. She's played all the way through it and done everything, but she really took her time. I think she literally read every single book that there is to read in Skyrim. There were times where she would turn on the game to play it for hours, and all she would do is read books. Just read about the lore of Skyrim and the lore of Tamriel, and like, it's really, really funny how different people approach that game completely different ways. There's some people that just vanilla Skyrim. They don't even play the quests. They do enough to get a house and build a house, and and then there's people that just go through the main quest, and there's people that ignore the main quest and they're just there for the DLC. And I don't know, Skyrim's a freaking great game, and I do understand that it's limited in the fact that it's single player. You can't share any of your things with anybody else, the world you've created and stuff like that, but ESO is the answer to that, and we've all kind of seen what kind of happened there, right? Like, that might not necessarily be the best way to go with a Skyrim game. But it's a single player experience. There's really nothing else out there like it. I mean, others have tried, right? I haven't played Elden Ring yet, so I don't really know. But from what I understand, it's good. It's really good, but still not. It's not Skyrim, right? It's an open world Dead Souls, and that's exactly what it is. So I don't know. Big fan of Skyrim. I remember when that game came out, that the background music to the overworld, it was like my theme song for like a year.
I gave up on Champions Road, so now I'm just beating everything with every character.
Yeah. Monica has read all 337 books in Skyrim. I will promise you. And she loves to read anyway. That's the thing. She loves to read, like in real life. So when she plays Skyrim, she would literally just boot it up and start reading books. It's really funny. Yeah, no, I've heard that the lore of Elden Ring is really, really great. Like, really, really great. And I've been watching a lot of videos about it. When I do have the money, I probably will end up picking it up eventually. I do know it's a game that you gotta invest time into. And it might be a game that sucks me in, and I end up investing that time. But I ended up, when that came out, I just ended up getting into a few other things. Was playing a lot on my Oculus. Resident Evil 4 in VR is fantastic. So, and I was hooking up the game room. But yeah, it's definitely would be a good addition to the game room. I do have the Switch in there, which hooks up right to the big flat screen. So, I got a flat screen TV in there, and I got a CRT TV in there. And I need the CRT TV because the Nintendo Zapper and the Super Nintendo Super Scope does not work on flat screens. It needs the scan lines to be able to use the function of the light gun. So it's the reason I have to have a CRT TV in there, but like I said, I do have a modern TV in there as well, so I can play other games, modern games on that. And granted, the most modern system I have is the Switch. Beyond that, other systems, I've got a PlayStation 3. Yeah. That's about it. I mean, well, I didn't have a lot of other systems, but modern-wise. I just bought an arcade machine not too long ago. Last week, something like that. Miss Pac-Man machine.
2 weeks ago.
40th anniversary. So 2 weeks ago, which means I probably already mentioned it. So.
And then he took my little table.
Yeah, she had a wooden table. It was actually an old heater that didn't work. We had been using it as a table because it's flat topped, it's on wheels, and looks like a table. But it's like a perfect size, like measurement wise, for the bottom of that arcade machine. So, and it's wooden, which matches the wood finish of the arcade machine. So I put that underneath the arcade machine and basically created my own riser. So now I got 2 stand up and play arcade machines in the game room. Alrighty, my throat is starting to hurt. We have crossed over that hour mark, and gonna go ahead and close out the stream here. Leader, I would say that's highly recommended if you're gonna play them. Not just play them, because even 10 games, they're small. You're not going to play it all the time. I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles machine. It's got 2 games on it, and they're much longer, full games. But again, you can play those games on your Super Nintendo and your regular Nintendo and your emulator. The arcade machines are more like a decorative piece. And also, if you like the feel of that, like that arcade stick while you're, playing those types of games, which is actually why I like using the Advantage Pad for the regular Nintendo. So, oh man, Berserk! I freaking love Berserk. I don't think I'll get a cabinet of it, but I do have it for my Atari 2600, which I do have hooked up in the game room. So, and I was actually showed Shiloh. Remember the game with the robots? You had to shoot, and someone would walk into the wall. And you zap it. You touch the wall. Berserk. So she learned all about Berserk the other day. Miss Pac-Man, Frogger, Donkey Kong Jr. We were rocking the 2600, just showing her all the old games. So I have Adventure, Mario Brothers. Like I have all the like really awesome games for the Atari 2600. So love Berserk. It's one of my favorite games for the Atari. That and Pitfall. Played the shit out of those games when I was a kid. Like they were Mario Brothers. I loved those games. So kick ass, man. All right, and on that note, I'm sure you can start to hear now like the scratchiness in my voice, struggling to talk. Thank you so much for stopping in to the stream. I have Galaxia, now that you mentioned it, Leader, just real quick, on that 10-game arcade machine. Miss Pac-Man, Rolling Thunder, Galaga, Galaxian, and like 6 other games. So I've been rocking the shit out of that too. Love you all to death. Thank you so much for coming in today, and hope you have a safe and happy Sunday. Look forward to hopefully seeing you this Saturday for the reboot of Mickey's House of Pain. And
Stop it! No! No.
Have a great day. Be safe out there, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.